Hello, my dear boys and girls. Welcome to your biology class. In this chapter, we are learning about adolescence. We learned various changes that happens in a child during adolescent age. And also in the last class, we learned about the secondary sexual characters. We learned the secondary sexual characters are controlled by Yes, the secondary sexual characters are controlled by hormones, isn't it? And we learned which are the different secondary sexual characters in males and females, isn't it? So in today's class, what we are going to learn is about hormones. We already learned that secondary sexual characters in adolescence are controlled by hormones. That is, once the child starts production of the hormones, the changes happens in a child. As a result, they enters into the adolescence. Listen, we already just have heard about the word hormones in our lower classes, isn't it? Hormones. Hormones. Now, what are these hormones? These hormones are the chemical substance produced by an organism to coordinate all the activities as well as to coordinate their growth. So, hormones are the chemical substance produced by an organism to coordinate as well as for the growth of the organism. It coordinates all the activities. It helps in the coordination of the activities, various metabolic activities in organism, as well as it influences the growth of the organism. The hormones are seen in both plants and animals. Now, along with the coordination as well as the growth of the body, these hormones also have a significant role. That is, they act as messengers in our body. Hormones act as messengers in our body. They are the chemical messengers of our body. They act as chemical messengers. Chemical messengers. The hormones act as chemical messengers also. Now, the hormones are produced by endocrine glands. Hormones are produced by endocrine glands. Produced by endocrine glands. So in humans, they are produced by endocrine glands. So there are two types of glands in our body, that is exocrine glands and endocrine glands. These hormones are produced by endocrine glands in our body. Now, what is this endocrine and exocrine glands? So, teacher will explain about the endocrine and exocrine glands. The endocrine glands secretes the hormones directly through the endocrine glands secrete directly through the bloodstream. So, here the endocrine glands produce the hormones and these hormones are directly released. They are directly released to the bloodstream. So we know throughout our body the blood is present, isn't it? So this endocrine glands release their hormones to the bloodstream. Whereas exocrine glands have certain kind of duct. They have certain duct. This exocrine glands release their product. Mostly it will be enzymes. So release their enzymes to the duct. So as an example, we have learned saliva is the enzyme produced inside the salivary gland, isn't it? And this saliva is produced inside the mouth. The saliva is released to the mouth. So mouth is the duct for the saliva. So the salivary gland, which is an exocrine gland, release the enzyme saliva to the mouth. So mouth is the duct for the salivary gland. Now other examples are various digestive enzymes. We learn various digestive enzymes in our body. These digestive enzymes are released into the stomach or other digestive ducts, isn't it? So they are example for exocrine glands. Now let's come back to the endocrine glands. These hormones are produced inside the endocrine glands and they are released to the bloodstream. Now, what do the blood do? Yes, the blood carries the hormones to their particular sites. We know the blood is throughout our body, so this hormones are carried by the blood to the targeted area. So as teacher just now mentioned, they are chemical messengers. They are able to give instruction to our body, isn't it? So when the blood reaches the blood along with the hormone reaches, it gives the command to produce the enzyme or the hormone. So once the hormones reaches the site, it gives the informations and the instruction, and likewise our body become active. Various metabolism happens in our body. So that is the function of the hormones. Now in your textbook page number 109, a diagram is given comparing the endocrine glands of both males and females. Let's examine that. So dear children, here the endocrine glands in human bodies is given. So here the male body and female body is given. So here you can see the first endocrine gland in our body, that is pituitary gland. This pituitary gland have significant role in our body. Now the second one is thyroid gland, and it is present in the throat area both in males and females. Next is adrenal gland. The position of the adrenal gland is above the kidney. Next is the pancreas. Pancreas is positioned near the liver. So here you can see the liver in both males and females. There the pancreas is situated. So now the next endocrine glands for females is ovaries. So here it is written ovaries, whereas in males it is testes. So these are the endocrine glands present in human body. Dear children, those are the endocrine glands present in human, both males and females. So now we learned that hormones, they are chemical messengers. They are produced by the endocrine glands. The endocrine glands secretes the hormones to the bloodstream, and this bloodstream carries or circulates this hormones to the target site. Target site is the site where these hormones become active. So this is how the hormone works in animals. Now, we have learned that adolescence is a time period when the hormones become active and also secondary sexual characters happens in humans, isn't it? So now let's learn what is the role of hormone in initiating the reproductive functions. So when we learned about the endocrine glands, first itself we learned about the pituitary gland, isn't it? When we discussed about it, teacher told that pituitary gland has a significant role in reproduction, isn't it? So firstly, the pituitary gland. So now we are going to learn how this pituitary gland hormones regulate the reproductive functions. So firstly, there are many hormones that pituitary gland secretes. Among that, LH hormone or luteinizing hormone. It is called luteinizing hormone. Among those hormones, luteinizing hormone, or it is called LH hormone or luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormone secreted by the pituitary gland stimulates the ovary and testes. Stimulate the ovary and testes. Ovary and testes. So it stimulates in females, the LH hormones stimulate the ovary, and LH hormone in males stimulate the testes. Now what happens? This ovary produce the hormones. So in last class we have learned about the hormone which is produced by the ovary, which cause the secondary sexual characters in females. Which is that hormone, dear children? Yes, estrogen and progesterone, isn't it? So this ovary, by the effect of stimulation by the LH hormone, that is luteinizing hormone, produces estrogen and progesterone. That is estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone in females. Now, in males, by the effect of stimulation of LH hormones, what is produced? Which is the hormones that cause secondary changes in males? Yes, it is called testosterone, isn't it? So the testis, by stimulation by LH hormones, it produces testosterone. The ovary releases estrogen and progesterone, whereas the testis release the testosterone. Now, by the production of this hormones, that is this female and male hormones, leads to the growth of the secondary sexual body parts in males and females. So that is what the role of hormones in initiating the reproductive function. So first, the pituitary gland releases the LH or the luteinizing hormones, and the LH stimulate the ovary in females to produce the estrogen and progesterone, whereas LH in males stimulate the testis and produce the testosterone. And these male and female hormones reaches the site and cause the development of the body parts, and that is how during puberty the hormones become the active and the individual start attaining the sexual characters and the development of the secondary sexual organ. So that is what the role of hormones in humans. So dear children, in today's class we learned about hormones and also about the role of hormones in reproductive function. So before concluding, let's summarize what we have learned in today's class using the Digi video.
Hormones. The physical, mental, intellectual and emotional changes which occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. Hormones are chemical substances. Hormones act as messengers, hence they are also called chemical messengers of the body. Hormones are secreted by endocrine glands or ductless glands. There are many endocrine glands in the body. Endocrine glands release hormones into the bloodstream. Hormones are chemical messengers that carry information and instructions. A hormone reaches a specific body part, such as an organ, tissue or cell, where the message is to be sent. Such a body part is called the target site. The target site responds to the hormone. Testes produce male sex hormone called testosterone, and ovaries produce female sex hormones called progesterone and estrogen. Pituitary gland secretes luteinizing hormone, which stimulates testes and ovaries to release testosterone in males and estrogen in females. The hormones are released in the bloodstream and reach the specific part of the body target site. The hormones bring about changes in the body at onset of puberty.
So dear children, I hope all of you understood well about the hormones and roles of hormones. So before concluding, as I always used to tell, go through the textbook after the class, and also in page number 109, there's a flow chart given in your textbook, and that flow chart shows the role of hormones in reproductive function. So it is a simplified explanation. So kindly go through the flow chart before next class. In next class we will learn about the reproductive phase of life in humans. See you in next class. Thank you.